it demand who they asking about it. I want the front and the back and now. Get legit, the boys are back in time. I'm in blue money's a habit now. Me and my powers gon' have it now. Trap it out, trap it out, trap it out, trap it out. Hammer time. Don't make me go on this toolbox. I bring the bass like a boom.
Chunk my hood up, glow. Chunk your hood up, gone. Pull off slow. Chunk my hood up, throat. Fire. We keep the heat just like a blow dryer. Yeah, we still the flyest thing since airplanes. Super charismatic, that ain't no lie. My brother told me keep a hellified hair game. Ride.
Take the struggle and the pain of life.
No, I'm gonna get it for a thing here. No, it's not, bro. That's the crazy thing. I know, like, everybody has a jewel in themselves. You gotta dig deep, though. Your jewel ain't gonna be, like, present right there. You gotta dig to find it.
Yeah, it's even criminalities, bro. Like, being my criminalities, you know what I'm saying? And then watching corporate criminalities, you know what I'm saying? And then just watching how many people in the world are really criminals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so you can't judge a man off his downfall. You can't, because you're gonna fall down. You know that.
All right, Ian, kick us off, man. Let's get this thing going.
This is crazy.
Let's go. So we're gonna do probably like a 40-minute episode today. Just because he got to be on 1:30.
Bet that. I gotta get this boy to give something.
What it do? War and Peace 210.
I'll tell y'all when we get official on the camera. What's happening? Set up. Once y'all hit record.
Be hot on my side.
We're gonna need to get 3 people on there just because of the camera angle. And I see ya.
I'm live on mine.
And then Ian,
this thing over here.
you want to get close to what I was on there just because you won't be the host and then host today. Because I didn't just do like an intro. That's live.
I don't even know how to go live.
On what?
On anything.
Which one you want to go
live
on mine?
Alright, 1.
Not even too many people watching.
You ready? Yeah. 1, 2.
We in this thing. What's up, One Piece 210?
Yeah.
I'm your co-host ill since birth. Today we got a special guest with us. What's your name, homie? And not just a special guest, a long time homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Day one, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Bricchead Beast, man.
Bricchead Beast.
You understand? Timeless Beast. Out the pop beast.
Yo.
Already, Sakazama on point, on deck, all day, every day. Run that if you want it.
It's your boy, Fatal Watchman. Holla at your boy! You already know what's happening, baby. I'm one of the good whites. My name's Doug. What can I say?
Oh, man. But no, man. No, I think today, man, it's going to be a pretty dope day. We're going to really try to get into something real special, something real cool. Just because we got my dog here today, so we're going to also, of course, as usual, we'll keep it 100, but we're going to probably go about 160 today.
I already know.
You know what I'm saying? We on one today. So first off, I've been watching this week, just me, you know what I'm saying? Just on my own journey this week. I've been I don't know what everybody else thinks, but I've been dealing with just in life coming back from after losing everything. About a year ago, a lot of stuff that I had that like life was in order, was making money, was buying, doing what I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Just moving around and kind of getting after it. And then I lost everything like that quick. And I don't know, I wanted to know like, was something like that for y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like
too many times.
Yeah, because I mean, as a man, you know what I'm saying? How does that affect you? Because I know for me, that put me in a bad spot for like a little bit, like a few months. You know what I'm saying? Like I was sitting down trying to go back, trying to figure out what the hell did I do, And for a minute was being a victim. Like was saying, you know what I'm saying, these folks is doing this to me. They putting me in this position.
Yeah.
And it took a minute for me to sit back and take responsibility for my own self, my own actions, and then attempt to build from there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as a band, that had me down like for a minute.
You know what? And I'm glad like you bring that up because I watched that Nikki Giovanni and that James Baldwin the conversation, and you know they was talking about that same thing that was happening that was present in the black community at that time, as far as us trying to work and going out working for, say, the white man, right, and then being called a nigger, and then having to go home and face our families and still put on that same presentation that we strong, but being pissed off so much that you can't even do that for your family, and all the family mail wanted was just the same fakeness that we had to put on. So mentally, it just breaks you down as a man, and it's hard, but you got to look inside yourself as a man and approach this world and know that you're building not only the people below you, but the people above you as well, and how you carry yourself. You know, there's a lot of times you got to bite your tongue in the workforce. You know, someone might say something crazy at you, and you be like, man, nigga, like, but you like, man, that ain't me. You know, that's just going to give them the reason to call me a nigga and to look at me like that. So I got to really hold my own and figure out my approach on each situation. Like you was saying, bro, you was talking about like to have that situational awareness, like when something come up, instead of getting mad, like, okay, well, what can I do? I could be silent and keep walking and keep doing me and keep moving. And I think that's a really big part of it.
Life about options, you know, you got a lot of them. And at the same time, it's I was talking like, with dealing with problems, you always look at yourself first, because most problems that you have is on the inner, just like your feelings. They be in the inside of you more than they be on the outside of you. And as a human being, you don't never want to be at fault or nothing. You're gonna blame something else. I've done it a million times. If he wouldn't have moved like that, or he wouldn't have shook like this, or if you wouldn't have done that, he wouldn't have done this. But it's like, hey, every man, like Chris said, accountable for your own actions. As a man, then even situations where you go, that's what build character. You know, life. Whoever told somebody life was gonna be peaches and cream, they lied to you.
Straight up.
You know, you're not gonna know nothing if you don't go through nothing. I don't trust nobody unless I know you've been through something. If you lollygag, I might have to look at you. You might need to be checked out in the head. Yeah. Because it's real things going on out here. You know what I'm saying? But you all living, we living.
And what's to say your loyalty? So you meet a person who is all like that, and it's like they never probably been through some hard stuff in their life. You know what I mean? Yeah. They probably ain't been homeless or had some type of abuse or something like that happened. The character hasn't been tested to the point where it brings out the real side of that person.
But that's good though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's still a good thing for anybody living like that who ain't had to test the character, a test of their personality, a test of their morals or integrity or anything, or their personal values. That's good. Yeah. And you might want to stay away from some things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And keep that innocence to yourself. Yeah. Because you never know what you're capable of until you become capable. Your capabilities become an action.
You know what though? Like, cause I know we all come into the Lord, and there's a scripture. It's funny that the fact that we talking about this, that I'm teaching my basketball team right now, and it's James 1:12, and the Lord says, "Blessed is the person who keeps going when times are hard." Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like, think about that. He doesn't say, I hate you. He doesn't say, get away from me. He says, blessed is when you keep it moving and you don't give up. You know what I'm saying? You're blessed when you keep it moving, because you see an even greater blessing out of getting through that trial and error. Yes,
I think a lot of, in the community though, is we sit more on the fact that somebody else did that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, like I've told you before, like how I knew the dude that was riding with me all day, and then get to the house and no girl be like, how was y'all doing? How was that interview? And he just be like, yeah, it was great. You know what I'm saying? That happens a lot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then when don't nothing come up, you know what I'm saying? And when he do get up and do something, and it don't work out, or he do get up and go for that job that one time and it don't work out, now it's everybody else's fault because he went that one time. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been looking all this whole 3 months, but you went to McDonald's after that 3 months and they said no. So now you're going to sit here with you hurt. You know what I'm saying? And you just going to tell everybody it's everybody else's fault. The world won't allow you to do certain stuff. Which in some cases, yeah, depending on, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with you, the individual, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of times that I've seen somebody who's very capable.
It seems like y'all ever heard of like the MK11, that mind control? Mm-hmm. It almost seems like there's a mind control over the black community, being that we've been oppressed so much that we got it built in our minds. Man, I'm just gonna trap, like, because my brother's doing it, he's living off of it. Oh yeah, you gonna trap? Well, let's let them make their music. Let's start a record company. Right. Yeah, bring it in. Yeah, we'll buy you jewelry.
But that's the first thing he's seen though. Like okay, but if you come up and...
But you know what I mean? I'm not saying as far as putting it down, but that's what they're promoting to allow that's okay.
That's true. Because that's for, like I always go back to, like, we having that whole being in the military life or whatever. But, like, when you came back and you seen this, you wasn't over in Japan on this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You was regular, you know what I'm saying? When you came over here and seen it, you should have already in your head, get a job and do this and that. You know what I'm saying? But the presentation of us, even by us, is a lot of times trapping.
And because that's you look at all of us.
You can say it. If I could talk about all of this, you're probably not even gonna pay attention. You gonna click on it, give me 30 seconds. Yeah. But if I drop a song right now talking about, you know what I'm saying? But we in this thing with the bag. We about this bag. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I do that, you would play that every day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's...
And you know what's crazy to us? It's like even the other side, like the people who aren't black are going through that. They love it. They eat it up. They're like, yeah, I would have trapped. Yeah, you go to all these concerts and you see how many majority white people.
I deal with it.
But it's like J. Cole said on that too, you know what I'm saying? It's like those kids that are into that right now, the college kids, they about to grow out of that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go get that job.
Some of them.
And you know what? Not all of them, but some of them. They're going to get that job, and then what's happening after that? You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to be the same stuff.
Interpretation thing.
So,
because
go ahead,
finish what you were saying.
No, but so I totally understand what all y'all saying about that. Like it's a false reputation of the black culture in general, because I mean, if you look back into the history of it, there's so many black folks that don't get credit for inventing, the lady who invented the security system. She was just a nurse. Nobody even knows.
James Washington Carver, the peanut butter, but he did I think the air conditioning and there's a whole
so there's a lot of people that don't get their just due, and they're teaching, and us too, we as a whole, we gotta go back in and we gotta make sure that they know this education, that they know that there's other options, other avenues for you to pursue your dreams without having to worry about, man, there's a cop's coming, we're gonna get this door kicked down, you know what I'm saying, man, and if I get locked up, who's gonna watch my little shorty and all that, you know what I'm saying? So, we like you said, we just, it's the interpretation of how they see us, but it's also us projecting that out there like that.
Right. Yeah, because, man,
it's a perception thing.
Yeah,
it's a perception thing. I always say this, man. The most three deceitful parts on your body: your eyes, your ears, and your mouth.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest three deceitful parts on your body, because they're all gateways to your soul. What you hear, you be susceptible to believe. What you say,
that's man.
They say words to your soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, so you said the eyes, the ears.
Your eyes, the ears, and your mouth. What you visualize. Yeah. That's your input.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, that's how you know. That's how you learn yourself. That's how you learn everything. This is how we learn to be us. Mm-hmm. And the things that you environment, surroundings, and like I said, what was cool.
Yeah.
Because you got the kids in college, the trap epidemic. Hey, look.
Yeah.
Some of them gonna go backwards.
Yeah.
Some of them gonna sway the right way.
Yeah.
The numbers thing, you never really know because it's a lifestyle. A person be doing good, and just turn right over.
Yeah, because it ain't that hard. It's not hard to just go and do that.
You got people who take the word trap and throw a different meaning to it.
Yeah. Like a techno beat.
Yeah. No,
trap is a techno beat.
It's a trap beat. You know what I'm saying? Or hey, they at work, I'm trapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing, if I could, not to go too much left field here, because I want to bring it back, but how much, and I say it, majority white folks who listen to rap, hip hop music, they take it, but it's like they take all these things, but what are you learning from it? You know, like for me, hip hop taught me to go, when I'm around my white friends, and they're like, St. Louis is just so dangerous, you know, the blacks are just killing each other. And it's like, well, hold on. Yeah, everybody's responsible for themselves at the end of the day. However, these are some of the factors that were created by this government and by, you know what I mean? And when I start explaining stuff, and then I relate to something that's important into their life, like say homeless veterans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That may be something dear to their heart, but then they find that connection, and that's why like the powers that be, they control the media, they control the press, they control everything.
Yeah.
And it's like they take all that and trying not to get lost here, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're a white person listening to rap music, right? You hear Ice Cube talking about these ghetto stories. You hear about these things. Don't just work out to it.
Yeah.
Use it to influence and impact and try to bring people. For me, that's what hip hop music has taught me. I'm not saying I always agreed with the lyrics that I listened to or anything like that. However, it's imperative that you go teach yourself, teach other people who you know, it's not for just like white person to hang on your black friends. Hey, yo, since birth, Dr. Dre's his name?
Yeah.
Hey, you see where Soldier Boy this week? He went, Drake! It's not for that. Hey.
It was a way of finding common ground.
And it's like, and that's cool. Common ground is a beautiful thing. Yeah. And music to bring people together. But what after that? What takes and happens after that?
I look at just the music thing. I look at this thing as being the biggest thing that ever happened to the world. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that look, because of music, the word that degraded a black man to the T 100% has no value anymore.
Yep.
No, it doesn't.
And take it. It
has no value.
Power, nothing.
Look,
no, you got everything.
I chill around multiple races, right? And I believe in the struggle and all that, but nigga has no value to me no more.
That don't.
Can I add something?
No, that don't.
Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club made a comment. I want to know what y'all opinion is. You know, the N word 100 years from now will have no meaning. Do you believe
None.
None.
Because I mean, there's
the
so
word,
many.
It never what they use it as never meant what it was anyways.
I think I hear more Mexican people telling me what's up, my nigga, than more of my niggas telling me what's up, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
A Mexican girl or a white girl would be like, say, I'm finna go beat up my nigga. He's a white guy. Hey, what the hell just happened? Look, that's cool with me. Hey, look.
What throw me off is the way that shit is still here. Like some reason it can be a problem, but if you go back,
because it's deep, bro. You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying hold on. If you go back to when it wasn't too long ago, hell, when I was in high school, bitches.
Yeah, them words.
The F word. The people called them best friends. You and your friends called them dropping faggots.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. But
like, and it was okay.
It was what it was.
It was okay, yeah.
Say it now.
Oh, you gonna offend a lot of people.
But niggas still here.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It has no power.
You feel what I'm saying?
Faggot
it has no power, but I'm saying, you see how those words just only use them too.
Well, I look at words as opinions. Like it just depends on like what your opinion is as far as the word. If you don't like the word, then someone's gonna make something big about it. Just like I'm okay. I don't care if a Mexican nigga call me nigga, because I know what it is. Just like you might hear it, and y'all be fighting, y'all be scrapping, like, what'd you say, bro? Which I've been in a fight for that same situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you live and you learn.
And that's a part of understanding. Being a human consists of understanding and compassion.
Yeah.
Interpretation. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta know what you're looking at. Hey, somebody, hey, what's up, my nigga? Okay. Might not have liked the work. The context was harmless. You can go ahead, hey, say, hey, don't call me that, bro. What's up? How you doing today, bro?
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's on you, though. You got to be the one to be like,
but
when they come to you and this approach to you, it's on you at that point right there.
Then a black man walk up and say, "What's up, my nigga? Ho, what's going down, my nigga?" Yeah. You accept that?
Exactly. That's the thing. If you gonna have that energy,
you need to have it all the way around.
Everywhere.
Yeah. You know what I found? And then realized this like 2 months ago. I was just like laying in bed one night and I was like, my eyes opened up. I was like, whoa.
Nigga had an epiphany.
I was just laying in bed like,
got on the piano. Like,
I was like this.
We trying to give a sermon. You sound like a southern preacher.
Jesus!
Amen.
Sin. But I was saying bed, and so all right, and forget, for me, I don't use that word. It's not my cup of tea, but I understand the cultural thing. So I don't like if I hear a black person, I'm like, hey, buddy, you're wrong.
Hell, we just did it. We just said it how many times just now? But you already proved that.
So it's one of those things where like, if I find that, okay, but the people, they change, like meanings to words change over time, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we could all agree on that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Confederate flag. I'm not a fan. I'm from the South, so when I say I'm from the South, and I'm proud to be from the South, I like barbecue. I like football. You know what I mean? I like people using manners, like stuff like that. That's my Southern pride. Not the Confederate flag, but what I find with a lot of white folks, they really love black folks, but they also love that flag. And there are some folks in the class
some black folks that love that flag.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things. Now check it out. The comparison I'm trying to make is like, okay, black folks they changed the meaning. Do you think that the same thing can happen? This is my question. Every single one. I'll start with Jamal. Fatal. Do you think that 100 years from now that we're gonna have that same conversation about the Confederate flag and it'll be a cool thing? Like,
no.
I'll be the N-word. Do you think?
I want to say yeah, but I mean the realisticness of it is probably not, because of some of the deep hatred that is bred in the South.
Yeah.
You know, like certain places you can't go to in the South if you're black or any kind of minority, because you know what I mean. So, but I would want to believe that we as a generation, as a human, you know, conformity, we can get past that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the people that, like you said, a lot of those people that do love that flag, a lot of them don't even really, you know, they're not racist or anything like that.
Don't know the true history.
Yeah, they don't know the true history of it. They don't know the context of
they
that
know
flag.
Somebody was hollering about it.
They didn't know it was because of the Civil War.
Yeah,
like, people don't have the knowledge.
I want to say yeah, but like I realistically think not, because of just, you know, the way that, you know, the races
It's all me, anger, hatred, racism, all these things, and it be over petty thing, a flag, a color, the words on a hat, what this representation. It's basically, like I said, like we control what's going on around us.
Yeah.
And a lot of times things come out of control because too many of us feel the same way about one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all based on what you put power into. Nothing's gonna happen unless the human puts power to it. Doesn't matter what color you are. $1. $1. If everybody walked in the store and just said, hey, I'm not spending my money, this money has no value to me, throws it in the trash, and just goes grabs whatever they want off the rack.
Yeah.
The money will have no power no more.
Yeah.
We put money into power. Yeah. We put words into power. We put items and objects into power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A president means this much.
Yeah.
He only means this much because we're allowing him. Mm-hmm. You know, things that it's what you subject yourself to in life. So, like I said, racism don't exist to me.
You know, and that you say that, I was watching this video with KRS-One. 9 millimeter, go bang.
Oh,
yeah, you already know.
Never shot nobody.
Never shot nobody. But he goes off on some deep topics. I don't agree with everything he says, but he makes you think a little bit. And he said, "What are words?" And you're talking about deception and words.
I saw it. Yeah.
He's like, "What are words? You know what's hat, for instance? It's just hat, right? It's whatever who sat down and made up the word hat. Just like let's take the word nigger. But the word nigger was made for a particular reason. But at the end of the day, it's a word.
But after that particular reason, it was more of a culture. It was a group of people.
It was a group associated.
People that when you called them that,
and
that was a term for them. But no, Nigerians, niggas.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the same thing. Shoes, word. It's like we make words directed to what they are.
We label things as humans.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's what we are. Like we're a big label. We want to categorize things when they shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's the human race.
Like how you got fish in the sea, but we gonna take and break them down to that's a trout and that's a bass and that's a fish.
For me, I feel like the velociraptor.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Don't be like that. You're hateful. You're laughing.
Well, why though?
Stop it.
It's like why separate? Why separate when we all doing the same thing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you go to basketball. He's the coach. You got a basketball team which consists of a group of people. A coach, their water boys, everything that's playing in rotation with that team. That's why you see when you see what do they call them, the little people who wrap your ankles and stuff.
Trainers.
The trainers. When you see the trainers, they don't have on regular clothes. They got on what the team, the logo of the team, because they are part of the team. We all standing for the same thing, bro.
Yeah, we are.
But we break so much stuff down in life, which makes life harder.
That's what
it's never gonna come together.
That's what make the individual game come in right there.
Yeah.
It's because there's so much categorizing and so much. Well, this group over here, we feel like it's these.
Because you feel like you did everything for yourself.
What you gonna say?
And also too. And you had touched on this earlier before we was doing the podcast.
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't getting this knowledge.
No.
So people is like you said, okay, this is that label. So they hear it and they say, oh, okay, well that's what they said. So we just gonna, you know what I'm saying? They don't go and find out the facts behind it. Yeah. They don't go look for the story behind it. They don't try to see anything other than what somebody else is telling them to see.
Oh, that's just like inventors. Like somebody invent this tissue, good ass tissue, and then somebody come up behind him and say, "I like your tissue, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it this way.
It's
this
the name
over
on
here.
it.
We change the name and put this in there instead. This how we do it.
Same purpose.
And then you go to Japan, and I don't even know how you say it in Japanese, but it's got a different name to it.
But it's for the same purpose.
Same purpose.
Same thing we're doing.
Look, or they were double quilted. When you wipe your ass, you can't even tell.
Yeah. HCB.
Look.
You can put my name on there. It's still gonna do the same thing. You know.
Here's a black boy. Got some cold ass tissue, right?
You want to feel some kind of just for me type thing about life, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, life is just for you.
Yeah.
Life in itself is a blessing.
It is.
Yeah,
Until we get out of we gotta get out of the pinch, like, cause you got that dude from Empire, Jussie Smollett.
Yeah,
oh man.
They beat this kid and hurled racial slurs at him. When I first read, I would have thought they beat him because he.
Wait a minute, this is the dude. Okay. Because
I
caught this late.
His Instagram says, "Let's be about love." They beat this man up. You go look at his character on Empire. Good. He does. He tries to do good the whole show. Yeah. They beat him up and called him a nigger and threw stuff on him. It's like until we get out of this rut of what that still remains to happen, we're never gonna get over
That's that other side that we got this idea of what this is supposed to be. There's the other side. Like it's right here. We would do. We like, you know what I'm saying? Peaceful dude. Wait, you know what I'm saying? We with him. But that's us and our label to him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother side that's like, no, fam, that's not what that means. Yeah. And they're saying to us that what he's doing is not I'm gonna tell you what it means. And we're saying, no, this is what it means.
Yeah.
So we just going back and forth
And we
for no reason. And it's just gonna be like that.
There's two sides to it. You gonna
so nobody's it's a lot of it's because your mind, everybody came up different, you saw different stuff, you went through different stuff, you gonna approach stuff different. Like I said to y'all a long time ago, hell, something might happen with you that you gonna go through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With me, I'm outside. What's happening?
See, check this out.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different.
Check this out. Look, how they say the Bible said not to judge, and I try to. This is one of my biggest things. Like this, I try to live 100% in this direction on those words, because in just them words, do not judge. In them words, if God told you that, bro, that's the whole key to life. There is nothing that I'm different. We different.
Yeah.
Different. It's all difference. Differences. Problems. Your problems ain't like mine. Your come up ain't like mine. Your hustle ain't like mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's that real nigga trying to tell you about that. You ain't a real nigga till you did what I did.
You ain't real. You ain't down with this.
You ain't did what I did. You don't even know.
Yo.
Hey, bro,
That's
I done
what
been in
separates us.
situations, I done stuff the next man won't do. I done stuff the next man will do. At the same time, it don't matter, because the next man is doing the same thing that I'm doing. Breathing, trying to survive, eating, sleeping, stressing, being happy, crying, laughing. So how are we different?
Yeah.
There's no difference.
It ain't no bunk beds in coffins, just so you know. You hit that coffin, you by yourself.
Bro.
But don't even worry about the coffin, because before the coffin come death.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that's promised to you when you're living.
Yeah.
And before death is living and trying to do it right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the when you to relate life and death, that one common ground is one thing that anybody who watching this, seeing us ever in a life, us meeting each other
Yeah.
in a whole totally different place,
Yeah.
in a whole totally different point in time.
Yeah.
And then we're here in this point in time.
Yeah.
Those are still the only two things promised to us.
Yeah.
So I got a question.
Man, that's real, dog. Like, just the fact that how you embrace life and the change you go through as a life.
Yeah.
Dog, you have to do that.
Yeah.
That's something, I understand what you're saying, because that's some shit I had to fucking see.
Yeah.
Real talk, because, man, just like him, just out here, whatever somebody ain't gonna be doing, I'm on it. I remember Redman said it, he said in a song, he said, well, I ain't the shooters, but I know shooters. And if them shooters don't shoot up, I go suit up.
Yeah.
I know that rule, and I used to live by that. So when I sit back now and I'm taking it serious, it's gonna be a headache, because I know what really pissed me off is the fact that I know I could just jump in the car and go get this, but I'm sitting here with the no.
Just handle it a different way.
Do this, and staying focused and staying on that.
Yeah.
And that's hard. It's because I know I can go pick up this couple thousand right now. I know where to go. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what come with that too.
Yeah, I know what come with it too. But me being me, I'll take that.
They be living to die.
You know what I'm saying? For no reason.
Which one you want?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think a lot of this stuff too is there's a lot of pressures. You know, there's pressures of poverty, there's pressures of society, and people wearing, clothes, money, and like this is where you're supposed to be at. And I remember my pops told me, I can't remember what happened. I remember I was tripping because I think I was like unemployed or something like that, and he started laughing, and he takes and he tells me, he's like, son, this is my adopted father. He says to you, son, what are you stressing about? You have your health.
Mm-hmm.
You have a wife who loves you. You have 2 kids. Do you have a roof underneath your head? I said, yes. The Bible says, food, clothing, and shelter, be content with that. That's what the Word of God says.
My dad would tell me that every day, bro. As long as you got that, man, every day.
And my dad would tell me this back in, they took me in when I was a teenager, 16, 17, around there. And he would take and tell me that, and I didn't get it till I became an adult. I had to like go through some. Man, we talk about going through.
Yeah, you gotta do the lesson.
I had to go through some. I had to go through some really serious stuff in my life to now I get that Bible scripture. Now like okay, and because of that I find true wealth, true happiness. You got people who are millionaires blow their brains out.
Mm-hmm.
You know drugs,
do
drugs. Like, they're searching for God. They're searching for happiness. They're searching for joy, and they gonna find it, man. They
don't know what they're looking for.
Yeah. Because all this stuff, it's just stuff, and you can't take it. And the Egyptians, God bless them, but they thought they could bring all the jewelry with them to the next life. You can't. And don't get me wrong. I love me some gold, but
we wearing it. All that.
We go with our souls, and what's on your heart.
You're gonna take none of this with me, and I don't want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, there ain't nothing you can take with you on a daily basis as a human, and a lot of times, like I said about the parts of deception, the eyes. With the eyes, bro, we don't see ourselves in the light that everybody sees us. We don't see ourselves. We're really living through your vessel. That's how you should know that you're a vessel.
Yeah.
That your existence is not just inside of you. You know what I'm saying? And everything's a journey. You're gonna make it regardless. Like I said, life and death. You're gonna make it. It's a journey. Journey's in. You're gonna make it.
Yeah.
It's just going with peace in yourself.
So do y'all honestly think in our children's generation lifetime or their children's generation lifetime that we might be able to see a day where there is actual honest world peace?
No. The Bible says the last days will be war.
It's gonna be war.
It's already
no matter what it is, it's gonna always be.
You gotta trust that. You gotta trust that. But at the same time, as a human being, it's your initiative to spread peace.
Yeah.
You gotta take that. You gotta take that.
Doesn't mean people can't be impacted.
No, it doesn't mean that at all.
Oh, definitely.
It's just when you're trying to spread peace and when
It's
you're
a
trying to
war.
do something right, you gonna go through it.
It's
You
a
get the
war,
bro.
And
That's
one
what
of the
we
most, because we talked a lot in this episode about differences. Anybody who's out there, I want to challenge you. We got a couple different cameras here. I want to challenge you. And my prayer for you is that find someone who doesn't look like you, doesn't dress like you, doesn't talk like you. They may not even worship the same as you. They may listen to a different type of music genre. They may vote differently than you. Okay? Yes, Republicans. Yes, liberals. You know what I mean? Go out there and just go learn something about somebody. Like, just go out there. Like, I have these discussions on Facebook all the time, and it's like they're in their own little hype group. Like the little conservative group's like,
right? Yeah, what side you gonna pick?
You know, and you got the liberals like, Trump's here. Why are you surprised? You know what I mean? But go out there because you know what? We still got to live this life together. We still got to.
Yeah.
Black people, white people, you can't separate us. You can't separate
Asians,
Indians, Latinos,
all of them.
everybody.
Separating up. We all on this earth.
Yeah. I do a lot of reading and stuff like that. That's gonna be real quick. I don't know if you guys know who Zelda Fitzgerald is, the wife of F. Scott Fitzgerald, the guy who wrote The Great Gatsby.
Oh yeah.
She had a quote where she said, "It was really just like an ideal of like her whole thing. She went through a lot. She was an alcoholic. She was a drug addict. All this stuff. Right before she died, she changed her life and started, helping women to get out of that, to help themselves. And her whole big ideal, the whole meaning of her message was to aspire to inspire. You know what I mean? So I look at stuff like that, and all of us been through something, but we're all still here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What his story is so much different than your story, than his story, than my story. But the fact that we can meet here, we can talk amongst ourselves, we can be positive.
Always common ground.
Don't ever limit yourself to say, oh yeah, well, this is this and this is that. You gotta aspire to inspire, because if you don't, you're just letting all the information in your head, all the knowledge you got, just be wasted.
Yeah.
Basically.
Kill stereotype.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
Hey folks, that's all we got here today for another episode of War and Peace. This is episode 7, y'all. Y'all tune in.
Y'all baby. Get there.
Yes, sir.
Say, you gotta holler at your boy, man. I want to know.
Hey, let us know where we can find you. You doing music, right?
Yeah, man.
Where we can
Oh,
find
yeah, let them know.
YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, TPMG Beast. It's 210 Beast. Beast 210. Bricchead Beats. Go to.
Hey, Tim Duncan, man. Oh my God, that song, dude. I was in Rhode Island. I was like, I went to school with this guy.
Yeah.
And then you had another song where you like were sitting on a car or something like that.
Oh, that's 9-3.
9-3, dude. 9-3.
Yeah.
That'd probably be my favorite one. But and you have a lot of different songs and stuff like that. So
going on.
yeah, man. And dude, just to talk to you, like for those who don't know, like the three of us right here, the four of us here.
Right.
We all went to school together in Okinawa.
I was with him in spirit.
We all have a connection to Asia.
Waiting over here. He's waiting for us to get here.
He's like, I'm over here.
I'm still eating fried rice.
I still got chopsticks, bro.
Shout out, man. Hey, real quick. Hold on, real quick. My nephew Anthony in Newport, Rhode Island. Yo, we have a logo coming, man. This young kid is an artist. He's coming up with some crazy stuff. Give us 1 to 2 weeks. We working it out right now. But my nephew Anthony, man, love you, man.
Hey, man, Anthony, you putting in work, baby.
Hey, shout out to brother Mike. Your brother Mike, right?
Oh, Isaac.
Your brother
Good guy,
Isaac.
Ike. Good guy. Yeah, he's eventually be our 5th member, dude, man. I miss you, man. He's gonna join us hopefully sometime soon. He'll be in there.
And I got a big shout out to both of our friends, JoJo and Alexis.
What's up, baby?
Congratulations on the marriage, man. Hey, make a big honest man out of it.
To my boy Tim.
Love you guys.
Oh, yeah.
You got it now.
That's a long time.
One piece, baby. Holla!
Yeah.
That was good, man. That was good right there.
That's real.
We gotta do a part 2. Bro, we gotta do a part 2 to that and get the site on into that, dog. That was so
All right,
good.
mine's gonna start loading
Hey,
right now.
let's take a group picture, man.
Yeah. You know,
I'm so proud of you, man. For real,
Hey,
like,
look.
100.
We finna kick
Get
it, bro.
good, too.
Yeah,
Get good.
Man, I was fine. Give it to you, dog, man.
Much love.
We gonna look at it.
Yeah.
We gotta look.
One piece to it up! One piece to it up! Subscribe to that YouTube channel!
That's real good. Good acquisition. Good knowledge. Exactly.
Hey,